So Simon still, even though it was 10 years ago, very visibly to us this morning, you are still needing treatment and still fighting the same battles, really. What have you had done most recently?
Recently I've had nasal reconstruction done, so they're basically taking bits from all over my body to rebuild my face. Miss Crick and Mr Dunn in Salisbury done a great job to put me together in time to be ready for Cenotaph. And there's bone from my hip and cartilage from my ears, skin from my forehead, and the idea is they had to give me the ability to breathe through my nose and actually, you know, get on with my life in a reasonable manner.
And so far that's working well, you said?
Yeah, it's doing really well. You know, 100% better. I'm feeling more energised after just a couple of good nights' sleep, to be honest.
Although you did say that your surgeons weren't aware that you wanted to do this March of the Cenotaph, and they weren't best pleased about you wanting to get out of the hospital. Yeah,
I think I've had to sacrifice the name of my firstborn to one of them to get out. But yeah, they did a great job, and I'm really grateful that they did such a good job.
Now, Warren, you yourself have had a terrible injuries, but you were there, weren't you? And part of the people that helped Simon were involved when he had his problems.
Yeah, yes, I was.
And I think one of the things that mortals like myself, because I see you all as heroes and gods, the risks you take, is that even having seen the devastation done to Simon, you still went back, continued, you know, to put yourself at risk. Ultimately were injured to the point where you thought you'd walk again.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, that is extraordinary bravery, it seems to me.
When you're in the army and it becomes, I'm not saying everyday part of life, but you get used to losing people, as in whether they get killed or injured, and it becomes a part of daily living, really. You just get used to it, but because you're highly trained in what you do at the time, it's just, I don't know, it's having the attitude and the mentality to carry on and not think about that. Don't get me wrong, you do think about when Simon got injured. I thought about that for a long time.
Yeah.
And I thought, and you just think, why me? Why Simon?
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, you just don't know whether it's your time, but if it's your time to go, it's your time to go.
You knew each other and you were there when Simon got shot by a sniper, but having to go back, as Kate said, must have been a difficult situation. But then you got injured in a mortar attack.
Yes.
Just talk us through the injuries you experienced.
I got mortared and I got shrapnel in my C1, C2.
That's in your spine.
Yeah, the very top, which is spine. It was actually in the spinal cord.
Okay.
I had front left brain damage on my left lobe. My right humerus was, the right arm was all hanging off. I had 2 punctured lungs, and it took a long time in hospital, you know, rehabilitation and everything.
But they said you'd never walk again, didn't they?
Yeah, I got told I never used my hands again, and I never used my feet and walk, because from the nipple down, I've got altered sensation.
Ultra sensation? Altered.
Yeah, it's a bit like when you go to the dentist and you have a tooth out and you can bite your lip and not feel it.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I feel from the nipple down.
You laughed at Simon when they said that he'd never walk again. Why did you laugh?
Because I remember the story, and they told him that obviously he had no sensation, and he tried to put 2 fingers up to him, and all he could do was put his tongue out at him. And it's kind of, you won't walk again. You know, sort of screw you, I bet I do. But the only thing he could put out was his tongue.
But the reality is, you've battled back harder than ever before, and to march to the Cenotaph together, you will be walking.
Yeah, walking unaided.
Talk us through how important it is for the two of you to be marching together to the Cenotaph, and also that we have moments of remembrance as well. Yeah,
it's not just remembering the fallen from years gone by. It helps a lot, because when I've served in Iraq and places like that, I can put faces and names to poppies, if you know what I mean. Which I know a lot of people, well, we both do, don't we, Simon? And
it's that thing, you know, all the cross-generational people that will be on parade. You know, you've got tens of thousands of people that are supporting us, and it's kind of our day. It's our Wembley, if you know what I mean. Yeah. And, you know, when we serve, we have the reputation of these people that have built, you know, we stand on their shoulders.
Wow.
And so for us to represent them in an honourable manner and stand there and obviously represent those who we've lost as well, it's a huge honour, and obviously stand there with this man. We've fought side by side together. We've both been injured, and we've both got better together.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really, like as you said in the VT, you know, a moment that we thought might never happen.
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty special.
Well, for me, yeah, I'm going to be really so proud, and I am because
Quite right too.
Yeah, because Simon kept me going over the years, even though we've not always kept contact, but we have through social media, haven't we?
Yeah.
And I've got a letter here. If you want, you can read it if you want. That's when Simon got injured. I was still in Iraq, you see, and I got this not long after he was injured. And when I was down and out and depressed and all that, I used to get the letter out my memory box and I used to read it, and it used to give me a bit of hope.
So you were driving the car.
Warrior.
The Warrior. Car. Sorry, the Warrior. You're driving a car, and then that's when you got shot. So you felt very guilty. This is just the opening line. I'll read you. Hi, Wardy. Well, if you're not breaking my trucks, you're breaking me.
Yeah.
Only joking, mate. I again want to thank you for all your efforts in saving my life and congratulate you on sparking peace. And sparkling piece of driving.
Spanking.
A spanking.
A spanking piece of driving.
A spanking piece of driving. Because, of course, it was your driving as soon as he got hit that got him out of that zone and got him to safety. It goes on like that. That sort of heroism and brotherhood is something that we can never, ever, ever underestimate.